I'm Patrick Bailey from whiteboardcoder.com. Today is December 3rd, 2018, and I get to have a fun issue here. And it's a kind of a hilarious story, too. So, just the other day, we were kind of at the dedication of a new house we're building. And so once we got that whole ceremony done, as we got ready to leave, I went to go hop in this 2000 Toyota Minivan, and I grabbed my gear shift in this automatic, and it broke off. All of a sudden, it just broke. And nothing I could do about it. So, well, I thought. So what I did at the time, and this is very much redneck repair to get you home, and I wouldn't suggest, this is a big warning, don't do this at home. Just find another way home. It was not a good way to go, but it worked. Then also talk about, today I'm going to a repair shop who thinks they pretty sure they can repair it. So what happened, what I did, is all I really had was a couple of screwdrivers. So from the bottom here, I really destroyed this. I took a few screws out, but this top part here, that goes over like this, I didn't care about it because it's an old car, so I just ripped in there, and I broke a lot of stuff off. So a very improper way to take this off, but I had to get home, and this is an old van. So I just kind of ripped that off and got to it, and then started to get this whole thing apart, and it turns out this whole lever was broken off in a couple of places. So I don't know if you can see right here, where it attaches to the steering column is broken right there. And it's broken right here. And it's broken, it's broken right off here too. So this whole thing is a nasty job. And as far as I can tell, some of the parts that are broken off are part of the steering column, which will involve someone having to take the whole steering wheel off and part of the dashboard, apparently, to get the job done. And that's, I don't want to say beyond me. I could probably do it, but I'm afraid of airbags and different things. And also, it'd take me a month or two to figure that all out, and that's just a lot of time. So, what I'm doing today is, I called a couple of repair people, and they kind of said, yeah, that's a big, nasty job. We're debating whether it's worth it for this old car. And they suggested to go call a dealership, because they'll have the right parts and whatnot. So I called a dealership today, I got a hold of someone, and he was kind of nonchalant about it. So it sounds like they've done this before. So I'm kind of excited about that. So he said, oh yeah, it's a big job. We got to take the whole steering column off, all this stuff. And I said, what's it going to cost? And so he quoted back, he said, hey, rough estimate, probably $1,000. And so I said, well, okay, worst case scenario, this is not going to cost more than $2,000. And he said, oh, no. He said, hey, when I say $1,000, in most situations, I'm trying to quote you high. So you're happy when it comes in at $500. So he was saying it's probably going to be 6 hours worth of work on their part. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully there's hopefully the end of this video is coming back repaired and showing you how much I had to spend. But in the meantime, what I wanted to do is show, if you have to get home like we did, this, it's hard to see, it has a little nub here. That nub goes into here. And that, one way to think of it, and a repairman, real mechanic might make fun of me, is if this were a manual drive, imagine if you broke your manual stick off and that was only 3 inches tall. That's kind of what this is now. So this I can use to shift, but it's torment. And at the time, all I had was a screwdriver. And so you can see the marks here. So what I had to do, and I think I'm in park right now, is I had to get it into... I had to get it into park just fine, and then I had to there we go. I'm in park now, so that worked out. But now, and I can, if you got a vice grip, I'd probably do this with a vice grip. I think it'll work better. But now I need to get this in reverse, so I just kind of had to go underneath it. Pop it in. I'm in neutral. And so it was torture. But I managed to do it. I don't think I want to break anything any further right now, but I got it in drive and I got home. I didn't have vice grips with me, but now I'm going to be very gentle with these vice grips. And I think I can shift. There we go, reverse. So, there we go. Now, once I put it in drive, I'm taking the vice grips off because I don't want it to move accidentally. I think once I'm in there, I'm okay. I don't think this is a good way to drive around in a normal situation. So there we go. So now I will go. Oh, I got someone coming here. Now I will go into drive. Perfect, it fell off, so that works in my case. Okay, now, there we go, thanks. And so now, I don't think anything should move, I should be fine. I would not suggest driving like this normally, except for under emergency situations. I'm going real closely to a dealership, and hopefully they can get it repaired. Okay, well they were able to repair our van, and so I just kind of want to go over the damages. So, just in case anyone else has this. Now remember, I'm in Aurora, which is Denver Metro. The year's 2018. Your mileage may vary depending on where you are on price-wise, but it kind of might give you an idea. So what they had to do is they went and replaced all this. It's all fixed, but the total price for every single thing they did was $2,091. A little high. But also, part of that was we actually had them do some other work. So we had them replace some lights back here. If you subtract that out, what was needed to be done for this fix for me was $1,751.12. But also, part of that, depending on what you have happen in yours, it turns out there's a reason why this happened in my van. And I'm probably going to say this wrong because I'm not a mechanic to this level at all. And so there's something out back there that's a cable. So when this pulls, there's something that's pulling on back there, and that got seized up or something. And so it was much harder to pull. And so we were gorilling it. And as we gorilled it over the years, that's what helped break it. So not only did they fix that part, they also replaced this cable part. And that cable wasn't cheap. It was like, between the labor and that part, it was almost $600. So had I not had to fix that, the fix would have only been $1,177.15. Not too bad. So, we spent a couple grand. The only problem is this car is only worth $1,800 on a good day. But had we not fixed this car's only got 140,000 miles on it. It's a good car, so, yeah, the minute you start car shopping, you get something better, right? So you end up spending more money. But it's working, it's nice. And also, I've gotten so used to yanking on this that my wife yells at me now because I'll still yank on it. But since they fixed that problem, it is gentle. It's much easier to shift by far than it was ever before. And one thing we did not have fixed, this part that I ripped off while I was trying to fix it, they would have replaced that for me. And I think the plastic part was like $100 or something like that. It was stupid. And this car is ugly anyway, so I didn't bother replacing this. And aside from having to hit it every so often, we've been driving this for a week. I don't see any problem. Also, the turnaround on it was about 5 days. So if that helps anyone out there, hooray. But hopefully no one else has to do a crazy repair like this, which I didn't do the repair. They did it, but it's nice to know that someone can do it. It's not too uncommon. It's not uncommon, yeah, because when we called them, they were like, oh yeah, we know that. They had done that repair before. Not that it's common, but it's not, I wasn't the first one on the planet to have it happen. But yeah, they got it fixed. Life is good. I'm happy. It's worthwhile. If it was $3,000 or $4,000, I'd be like, time to get another minivan. But overall, pretty happy. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. To subscribe, just click the subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter under the handle @whiteboardcoder.com. View any code I may have thrown up as a gist at GitHub under the username PatmanDenver, or check out my blog site at whiteboardcoder.com.